Welcome to Los Angeles. Lights, camera, action, emphasis on lights in the greater Hollywood area as the USC Trojans set to open another season tonight. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. Oh, he's going to go for the return. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking for a man, it's Wood. Fires to the big fella. And they swarm him under.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. So many memorable and historic moments in this rivalry, guys. It's almost a century old now. First meeting in 1926.
When you think of all the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Luke Rockne, Eric Parsegian, John Robinson, Pete Carroll. A lot of national championships between these two schools, David.
Lou Holtz, we could keep going on. The uniforms are always strong, always consistent. Fan bases are always so great. This is a game you can set your watch by. You know it'll be great.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Scanning the field, it's Wood. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He'll take it on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. For a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a first down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out. They find those guys. Just such an easy place to recruit when you got that kind of pedigree. You always find superstars in a quarterback spot.
We're hoping for a little more drama than we got a season ago when the Trojans obliterated the Irish.
They absolutely laid the hammer. And the Trojans, listen, this is a team that you can count on every year now. They're starting to put their name in the hat. They've always had so much prestige, tradition. End of the year, these games, they matter. Can they deliver another statement game again this year?
And I think the Trojans coaching staff last year did such a good job getting their team's minds right. And the leaders in that locker room, they were really making sure that everyone's intensity was at a different level going into that game. No doubt they want to come out, blow out Notre Dame again, and keep the jeweled shillelagh in the trophy case.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pulls it and fires to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Back to pass, it's Avery. Gets it out quickly. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the run. Touchdown USC! And they score first.
And where did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll line up for a second down play. Dropping back, it's Wood. Got his man quickly. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient, fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. On fourth down, looking to pass. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Got a man. It's Burkett. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs.
So many factors go into making the big play in the big moment. Calling the right play, getting protection. You got it all dialed up. It's perfect. And then he does that. Drops the ball right in his hands.
Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockney's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
Gonna take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They go to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Running back searching for a hole. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Wants to throw on third. Fires to the big fella. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends, it's so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. With jet sweep pass. Hard-hitting tackle. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to throw, it's Wood. Coming after it. Fires the pass, intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining, I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that run.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them there.
It's caught. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam.
Hey, he fakes it. He's going to throw it. And it's caught. Can he get to the marker?
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. The coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap into the up back, completing the pass.
The Trojans are marching down the field. Little touch pass to the receiver. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play, and now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They want to just keep throwing it, trying to get to him. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. The quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off play action. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Complete to the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. To throw, it's Wood. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Pulls and fires complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Quarterback keeper. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here come the Irish back on offense. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And so you got to locate.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Spin, still running. What a nice play on the pick. Didn't find much running room. They'll let it slide. They've got it at the 29.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
Fires into traffic, picked off. He'll try to take it back. The 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the Jets, making the big play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
And now on second down for this offense. To the air, it's Avery. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
It'll be third and short from their own 33. They'll try to get it through the air. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got it. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10.
29 Philly.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. They'll immediately call timeout.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were...
And the ball is intercepted. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the tailback. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They're trying to get to it. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Back to pass, it's Wood. Wide open downfield. And he breaks into the open. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
And how about this offense responding late in the first half, getting the score, now an extra point away from tying this football game, going into the half. That's exactly how you draw up a 2-minute drill. That's how you want to finish a half.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the third quarter. Fair catch called for and made. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Looking to throw, it's Avery. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
Looking to throw on second down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Snatches it on the right. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Second and goal coming up. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Trojans! They take the lead with the 6. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Ready to get moving. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Throws to the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I love when defensive linemen play with this type of awareness. You knew he wasn't going to be able to get to the quarterback, so he slows the rush down, IDs and finds out where the QB is, and then gets his big old paws up in the air to bat it away.
He's going up top. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job of taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Turnover margin always goes such a long way in deciding who wins the football game. Interception number 3, that is no bueno. Got to take care of the football. Can't keep putting your defense in a bad position, putting them on the field time and time again.
Here come the Irish back on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to draw.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. They try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Steps away to find some room. Finds his man enough for the first. And he's wrestled out of bounds after a nice pickup. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
At the 40, there he goes. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Trojans look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Now on second down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He'll just keep slinging it. Fires to the middle. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line. Finds his big tight end. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Louisiana showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong. But the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. It's reverse. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, USA 28, Notre Dame 27.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. To the air, it's Wood. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's looking to throw. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
I'll be honest, man, if I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
They'll go to the air. And it makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, USC! They'll try to add another to their lead. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the the fourth. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Yeah, I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give to the right. Fights off a defender. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hacks getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Looking downfield, it's Wood. He's got the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time, just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
They'll try to pick up the first. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
I got to challenge my guys all throughout the week. When we get in these short yardage situations, who's the bigger man? Who's the better man? Who's going to be more physical? These are the situations we practice all week. Challenge the manhood of the offensive line, and they come through in a big way.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. He's looking for a man on second down. Touchdown, Irish! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the two-point conversion?
How about this? A two-point conversion coming. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. The two-point try is good, and we are tied here in the fourth. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. From the gun, the running back has it. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. This offense has a second down play.
Get set. Ringo.
Quarterback will audible. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you get into the quarterback, and he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The right play here is try to win it in regulation. Don't be too conservative. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29. Looking to throw for it. Using the quick game. He's loose. Touchdown Trojans! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead is 8. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here come the Irish, back on offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw, it's Wood. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Burkett. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course. And when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these